Can you hear me okay? I can't really tell how this works, but we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Mark from the States. How are we doing today? Fantastic. I am, I'm just kind of walking around the casino. I'm just going to flip it. Starting at the very end of the hall. This is the convention part of the hotel. And it just goes on forever. I don't think I've been to this hotel many, many, many times, as you know. I come here every year. And I don't think I've ever walked all the way down here before. It goes on forever. Forever. Now, I want to know, this is one of the things I don't know. Oh, Carol, hi there. I was wondering where I can see, trying to figure out where I can see if you guys say anything, but I see it. Good morning or good afternoon. We are in beautiful Las Vegas. It's a gorgeous day. It's going to be about, I think about 100, a little over 100 degrees Fahrenheit today. And we will be, Catherine, hello. What you're seeing is the convention center of the hotel, and it just goes on forever. It's pretty, kind of taken aback by this because I've never been over here before. Just boardroom after boardroom. Pretty cool. Matthew, how are you? Good morning, good afternoon. I'm curious to know how many of you thought I wouldn't make it today. Anyway, it is a fun weekend so far. We got in, our flight left about 5:30 in the morning yesterday. It only takes about 50 minutes to get here. So you go up and you come down. And so we're checked into a room by 7 o'clock. Jennifer, of course, went right back to sleep. She just got in bed and slept. Yesterday was the start of the official start of college football, which is what I love. And it's a glorious day for me. I am, Matthew, I'm in Las Vegas. I'm at the Rio Hotel Casino, and yes, it is ginormous. This place just goes on, and there's so much more of it, as we're going to see here. We're just going to walk back towards the casino. But it just goes on forever. Elvis, so where did he perform? A lot of the hotels, of course, have been torn down because once they get purchased and they kind of go out of style, they get torn down and a new one gets built. So a lot of the places that he performed are no longer around. I mean, Caesar's Palace, I don't know if he's ever performed there. That's still around. Hey, Elsie. How are you? Good morning. Any famous people stay at this hotel? God, I've already been walking forever. Sit down. I'm sure back in the day, it's not, this hotel isn't, it's kind of currently under a remodel. It's changed owners, and so they're redoing everything. This hotel was like the place back in the 70s and 80s. It had so many, like, it's like a Brazilian theme, I guess, is what they went with. And so they had a lot of that stuff, and the decor tailored to that sort of thing. It's not so much like that now, but the property itself is huge. It's absolutely huge. So, but famous people, I'm sure back in the day there were a bunch. Now, I doubt anybody famous stays here. It's kind of more economical now. We still love it because, it may not be like the crown jewel in Las Vegas, but we love the service. The bartenders, the wait staff, everybody is so nice, and we've been here, coming for so long that, they all know our names, that sort of thing. So they make us feel welcome, I guess, is what I'm saying. Who is at the Sphere? This weekend, I don't know any musical acts are there. They're doing they have I don't know, imagine like excuse the announcements, like a Richard Attenborough kind of nature program or whatever, but you go in and you get immersed in this huge theater, and the seats move and all that stuff. But I do believe the Eagles are going to be playing there coming up. And we were actually invited to go, but I'm already coming back here in 2 weeks for my wedding anniversary to see a concert, so I'm not seeing the Eagles. Thank you, Carol. It's very nice, but it's so not true. I'm not, maybe infamous. Infamous. Let's see where we're at here. We're just roaming around. This part right here is kind of interesting. It's this centerpiece with this sort of like dome kind of a thing. It's kind of cool. Does it echo? Oh, yeah, it echoes. But it just keeps going that way, and we move on towards the casino. But yeah, the Eagles have a residency starting the end of this month, I think, or middle of this month. I think the Backstreet Boys played there recently. I think that was the most recent show there. Also, someone I'm probably not going to see. We did go see a show last night, though. Downtown on Fremont Street, where the old casinos are, the original casinos, we went and saw. They have, every summer, they live music for free, and they have some big bands that were popular in the 90s. So we went and saw a bunch of those last night, and that was fun. Let's see here. The Eagles take you back to yeah. Fun fact about Hotel California: the building you see on the cover of that album is right near me, where I live in Ventura. It's actually, at the time, it was the mental hospital in Camarillo, but it has since been turned into a university. So it's now California State University at Channel Islands. And we got a job of wiring for internet, Wi-Fi, putting up Wi-Fi units all over that campus. So that's a fun fact. Kind of creepy, that place, knowing its history and having to go underneath these old buildings down where there's no lights, it's dark. I just gotta a flashlight, and I'm crawling on my belly, pulling cable to these locations. Yeah, not great. Hi, Marja. Thank you for coming. Yeah, it just keeps going, but we do. Oh, let me show you here. We got. Can I zoom too? Oh, I can. This is fun. Yes, we're seeing signs of the casino. We are. And this is where we came from. It just goes on and on and on. We are in the convention center. Let's see here. Anthony, hello. Thank you for coming. You may have missed my earlier comment leaving aside Scorsese's movie. Okay. My favorite Bond movie is set in Vegas. Dunes Casino. Yes, it has been demolished. And I think, yes, Dunes has been demolished. Absolutely, it was taken down. I have been to the Dunes before they did demolish it. And the Riviera and a lot of those old ones. The Sands, which was another big hotel that like the Rat Pack and all that stuff used to play at. One of the hotels that's still around from back in the day is the Hilton, Las Vegas Hilton. That's, I believe, Wayne Newton, if anybody knows who that is. He's a Vegas staple, and he's been around forever, since the Elvis days. He's still performing over there, as far as I know. This is the Penn and Teller Theater. This is those magicians. That's their local act that they perform here. Each hotel and casino has like their signature guest that performs every night. Well, Penn and Teller is that. Never stayed in a huge hotel. They all give you shiny vibes. Yeah, it could, for sure. But, you come down to this part of the casino, there's nobody here, because they're all in the casino. It's early in the morning, too, so nobody is really up walking around. This, walking by right now, I'll be eating there a little bit later, probably after this live stream. Forgive me while I'm reading. Yeah, I don't think it's haunted. I don't think it's haunted. The vibe I'm getting is of Overlook Hotel into the shining, endless, empty quarters. Yeah, it's definitely that. This is where you go out to the pool, where I'll be going later. Well, so you'll see here in a second where it won't give you those vibes anymore. Yeah, down back that way. Yeah, I'm just taking you on a journey through the whole thing. It might get a little loud too, so bear with me, please. I'm going to flip it around. So now, this is the first. Look how big this thing is. It's even got a bench for like 2 people. Oh man, look at that one. Yeah. Wild. But yeah, this is pretty much the start of the casino. It's not very big compared to a lot of other casinos. But it does get busy. It was pretty busy last night. You can see a lot of people were talking about how Vegas is just not busy, and it isn't. It really isn't. So But also the that's the bar that we usually sit at. Also, August is their slowest month as well because all the kids go back to school, and let me turn it around here so you can see where I'm going. I'm in a forest of slot machines. August is their slowest month, so we don't, there's not a ton of people, even though it's a 3-day holiday. That's why we actually like this holiday weekend coming out here, because generally, really, even when Vegas was busy, this holiday weekend isn't as busy as a lot of the others. Wonder how many people get lost in there and never heard of again. That's funny. I don't think anybody gets lost in here. I mean, you may get like disoriented, but I can't imagine you'd ever get lost. We're gonna go upstairs here. Now this is the part of the hotel that they're gonna renovate. And this is where they used to have a bunch of those shows I was talking about earlier, where it's all about like carnival and like Brazilian themes and so on. So this is the escalator. Yay. Let me turn it around. What's for lunch? I'm getting hungry. Don't know what to eat. Marja, I can't help you there. It's not lunchtime here. But they do have a bunch of restaurants here. Of course, they have the gift shops as well. I'll turn it around so you can see. Yeah, so this area here used to be what they called Carnival in the Sky. And nobody's over here because they haven't really decided what they want to do with it yet, I guess. But see, in the ceiling has like these tracks. And they used to have these things suspended by these tracks, people dancing and singing on them. And these tracks go throughout this section of the hotel. People will be lined up along the balcony here, like where I'm at, and down there, watch the show back in the day. I've seen it before they closed it, but when the Rio kind of fell on hard times, they stopped doing it. And it's kind of a shame too, because it was a Vegas staple of to come to see. It was free, and a lot of fun. But yeah, there's a closer look of the track. So these things would be suspended from the ceiling. Really cool stuff. But one of the things you do notice down at this end of the hotel, nobody really comes to this side. So you're going to see a lot of places that aren't open anymore. They've kind of closed. So a lot of open shops ready for someone else to come in. So hopefully they are able to revitalize this side of the casino. And Rio kind of holds a special place in my heart. This is a tattoo place. This place is still open, ironically enough. But that's a view of where we were there. Again, it's 7:30 or something like that here in the morning. So let's see. This is from Elsie. Will the food in the casino know how early it is? I believe there are no choices, no clocks, that's true, and not many windows, so you can't tell. Yes. All that is true. You can pretty much get whatever you want at any time of the day, 24 hours a day. And you can have breakfast, Now, that's generally true at the larger casinos. Say I'm just going to go ahead and keep walking. Generally, larger casinos will have places that are open 24 hours, like to eat. This casino, Rio, is off the Strip. So we're a couple blocks from the Strip, up from Caesar's Palace, kind of behind it if you're looking at Caesar's Palace from Las Vegas Boulevard. And So it's not, you're not getting the foot traffic from people off the street. So they don't, things will close down. And since there's in the remodel, they are, a lot of places aren't yet. So, but you do not see any clocks. That is true. There are, I mean, in the casino, main casino, back that way, you can't, there are, the front doors that take you out to the street to the valet, so you can see if it's light or dark. But you're right, there's no windows. There's a rumor, which I hear is not true, that they pump oxygen in here to kind of keep everybody awake. But they do give you a lot of booze, so you don't really think about it. But the whole no clock thing nowadays, everybody's got a phone, so everybody knows what time it is. Let's see. Hi, Linda. Thank you for coming. Very noisy. It's just because I walked by this place that's playing music, but it's not even 8 o'clock in the morning here, so this really isn't that loud. Last night it was pretty loud, and if it's really loud coming on your end, I apologize. Did I watch college football? Oh, Marja, did I ever? I watched it from about, I don't know, 8 o'clock in the morning till about 11 o'clock at night. Yeah, it was opening week 1 was last night. So stoked. I love my college football. Thank you for asking, though. I didn't win any money, though, on my bets, because I like to bet college football games, but I didn't do too good. But I don't bet that much, so I think I ended up losing like $40. Big deal. There are a lot of cameras. That is true. The place gives you the heebie-jeebies. Carol, it's not. If you're actually physically here, it's not that big of a deal. Like I said, this part of the casino is under renovation, so they haven't decided. Back in the day, this part was really crowded. I mean, it's got Kiss World, which is a miniature golf kind of a thing. I'll show you something down there that will give you the creeps, probably. And right here, where it says Empire Strikes Back, is now looks to be, this is weird, that used to be Chippendales. That's where the male dancers used to be. Now it looks to be Star Wars, a burlesque parody. It's called Empire Strips Back. There you go. Strips Back. Empire Strips Back. Yeah, won't be watching that. Now we're going to go down these stairs. I do want to show you something down there. But yeah, there is tons of cameras. They're everywhere. They're right there. Oh, I don't have the camera facing it. But yeah, they're all everywhere you look, there's cameras. Which is fine. At first, I imagine that would probably drive some people crazy. That there's so many cameras, knowing that everybody's looking at you. There's no cameras in your room or the bathroom, so that's good. Let me walk away from this loud machine. But yeah, there's cameras everywhere, for sure. I want to show you this here. But to finish my thought, you get used to it and you don't even notice it really anymore. How's that for creepy? Not sure what this is for, but it's just promoting Kiss World, which is a gift shop, miniature golf. Yeah, kind of an odd combination of the rock band Kiss and miniature golf, but there you go. If you ever wanted to do it, they've got it. Sat nav in there. But yeah, so here's a better look at all the tracks up there. And it would do circles right there, and it would go around here, right? And they would just appear out of nowhere. Oh, over here, you see them kind of go over that wall. That wall would be, I think back in the day, it had doors that would open and these things would come flying out. But back in the day, this used to have all slot machines in here as well. They've taken those out as too, so it'll be interesting to see what they do this. Is Vegas known for casinos, as Nevada has more liberal laws about gambling, unlike some other states? Yes, Vegas is known for casinos. They were the first in the country to allow gambling. It has since been diluted because every state in the nation now allows Indian casinos. And what I mean by that is casinos on Indian reservations that are run by Native American tribes. And so they are allowed to have casinos as well. But here in Vegas and Nevada, so you can get like free alcohol. If you're gambling, they will, you can get free alcohol. And so I'm not sure why the Indian casinos can't give out free booze. You have to buy it. So you gamble, but you still have to pay for your alcohol. But here in Nevada, you're able to get free alcohol. And that's just another ploy for them to keep you gambling, right? So there's another theater over here. The Wow, I think is what the show's called. And that was that gambling thing was set. I don't know. I don't know why and how they were able to allow it, and how Nevada was. But I'd have to look that up. I don't know. Is the big cowboy light still there, or did that place close too? The big cow. Oh, you're talking about Glitter Gulch, and that's down on Fremont, and it's gone. Fremont is a completely different experience now, but back in the day, that cowboy was there, and they had, I forget the name of the girl. There's also a woman who's kind of like with her legs crossed, kind of the same size, neon sign. That sign is actually still there, but it's not out on the street. We saw it last night. One of the hotels purchased it down there, and it has it inside their casino. It's actually pretty cool. But she was out front of a place called Glitter Gulch. And I believe that was a gentleman's club, if you know what I mean. And I may or may not have been there before. I can't confirm or deny. This is the high limit room here. Let me turn around. This is the high limit. So everything starts high on the, I think it starts at like $5 a hand or something. Not sure. I don't go in there. Alright, so now we're walking back. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button. I apologize. This is my first time doing it. I kind of like it though, to be honest with you. I'm sure it's not that enjoyable for you because you're just watching my work of art here, but let's see. I'm sorry, I gotta go back. Linda, let's see, have you heard if Las Vegas has been affected by less tourists visiting the U.S.? Las Vegas gets most of its tourists from people who live in the U.S. So international, I'm sure, does play a part, but tourist does play a part. But yeah, it is. They just made it too expensive, and it used to be you could come here and get so many free things, and they would sell food so cheap. And it used to be a place that, the middle class can come and have fun and not, have to spend their kids' college tuition to get here. So, and nowadays it's gotten so expensive that really only you know, the high rollers, if you will, are able to come here. I do believe the casinos are feeling it. I do believe that, and I think they will course correct at some point, and hopefully kind of go back. Trying to avoid people here. Hopefully they go back to what it was. I mean, I love this place. I really do. Now, granted, I don't do everything that Vegas offers. I come watch college football. We have our football draft, which is today out at the pool in the cabana. And we have fun with our group of friends, and then we go home. We don't really, do everything that Vegas has to offer. So we're not really the people I think they're looking to bring here. I don't know. We spend a lot of money, I guess, but nothing in compared to what some of the big whales do. So yeah, to answer your question, Linda, yeah, they are feeling it. But we'll see. October, they get, end of September, they get really busy. Those are their busy months. The NFL starts here in a week, and those usually bring in a lot of people. And they have a professional team here now. The Raiders, Las Raiders, so they get a lot of people coming, for those weekends that the Raiders have home games. Let's see here. I gotta catch up here. Kiss as a car. That is freaky. Yes, it is. Keep talking, or Duran Duran will get stream stopped. That's right. That's right. I need to talk when there's music playing. I don't want to get copyrighted. That's a good point. Now, not so much. Now they have replaced it with this court. So, I have not tried yet. Now we're coming to the end of the hotel on this side. I'm getting in my steps today, which is good. I need it after yesterday. Let's see here. How much is a beer? Well, Margin, it depends. Let's go outside. See what it's like outside. This is the back of the hotel, so it's not. Excuse the music here real fast. We're gonna just step outside where it's quiet. Oh, what a gorgeous day. It's already getting warm. Let's see, how much is a beer? Well, like I said, it depends. You're either getting it for free if you're gambling, which in the long run, if you're gambling and getting your beers free, beers can get pretty expensive. If you just go and buy one, I think it's like $8. Not great, but yeah, I think you can spend about $8 on a beer if you were to just walk up to the bar and buy it yourself. So I want to give you a shot here across the way. That's the can I zoom? I can. That's the Palms Hotel and Casino. Over there they have 3 towers now. Over here is Gold Coast. That's a local hotel that a lot of locals will stay at. But it's fun. It's fun there. It's a lot cheaper. They have, instead of like here, you want to play a table game. It's like, it could be anywhere from $15 a hand to $25 a hand minimum. Over there at the Gold Coast, you're looking at $5 a hand. And if you go downtown, there's places at, $2. Still some of the older places. Man, it is getting warm already. Let's see here. the whole setup couldn't be more American. I think I would get a migraine if I spent any time in the building, but thanks for taking the time to show us around. Yeah, I guess so. Absolutely. If you are not into that sort of thing, then you're not going to want to be here. That's the thing. This isn't a place for you. That stuff doesn't bother me, so I enjoy hanging out with friends and doing our football thing, and then tomorrow night we go home. We got a flight that takes us home, and it's easy because we have a new airport, not new, but flight from an airport in Santa Barbara, which is only about 30 minutes from us, so it's really easy to get there. It's small, so parking's not a problem, and we just drive up, get on a plane. It's 50 minutes and you land. There you go. But yeah, if the casinos and stuff like that, people, loud talking, music playing, if that's not your thing, then casinos, not your thing. What's the tables back in the day? Did frequent casinos? Well, where's the tables? Question, where's the tables? Back in the day, did frequent casinos? They never made much money from me, though. Nice. Well, it's because you're wise. Okay, you want to see the tables? I can show you the tables. Yeah, they've again, they've are in the process of remodeling this place, so they've kind of shrunk their table games down to where they're not as many. And I don't know if that's a staffing issue. A lot of them are closed because it's so early, so there's not a lot of players. But we're walking up onto the valet over here, I believe. So they don't have as many table games, but they're there. They're there. Craps. In fact, I just walked by an electronic craps table, which was kind of first time I've ever seen that before. Definitely need a spending cap. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Elsie. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun being on location where I'm not just sitting at my desk. Only problem about walking back into the casino is we're going to hear more Duran Duran. And I don't have a problem with Duran Duran. I'm just playing around. Yeah, we went further with each other. Birds. I want to show you the sign out front of the Rio. It's pretty amazing. It's one of the things that makes it pretty amazing. You'll dig this. At night, this thing is just amazing. Just let me see if I can get over here and get a better shot. This thing, you can see that thing for miles. This big old sign, and it's just all neon, right? So at night, it just lights up the whole joint. It's really cool. And I'm walking into the front of the hotel. Do they give you a map when you book? No, they don't. They don't give you a map. That's funny though. This is not even, if you include the convention center of it, look at these door handles, by the way. They're parrots. Pretty cool. It is one of the larger properties here in Vegas is the Rio. They own tons of property, but they don't use a lot of it most of the time because it's convention space or whatever. But But we're getting into the more louder part here. They do blast the music. And I guess it's not a big deal if you're not trying to do a live stream. But there's the table games right here, all through here. These right here are not open because there's nobody to play. But yeah, there's a pretty big casino. So they have them. If you want to play, they'll sometimes you gotta wait for a seat, but pretty cool. All right, let's head back this way. Carol, that's the thing. You either like this place or you don't. I mean, that's plain and simple. It's not for everybody. You know what I mean? Some people love Vegas, like myself. And there may be a time where I stop loving Vegas. Who knows? I'm sure at some point. But, and then, I mean, you either love it or you don't. But that's funny. No, they don't give you a map. And it's weird. I don't know why in some places they blare the music, though. I'm gonna go down here where it's quiet. Oh, you gotta check out the carpet. That's one thing I want to show you. This is carpet. It has, I guess, monkeys. Some sort of bird, parrot. I guess it's a parrot. Yep, pretty cool. They've had this carpet for years. 4 years. The pool looks nice. If it's open, I'll walk out there and show you. There's 3 pools, I believe. If it's open, which I think it might be. When we started the live stream, it wasn't open. But it's right up here. And yeah, they blare music out there. It's unfortunate. Now, this is where, no, it's not open yet. They call it Ipanema Beach Club. It's not open yet. But yeah, the pools are pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, the tourism is an issue for them, and the fact that they are kind of holding where they're at and not making adjustments, shall we say, is interesting because I guess they're waiting for the end of the year to really, I guess, to make a decision on what they're going to do, but your worst nightmare to visit. You know what, Linda? The greatest thing about it is you don't have to come, and that is awesome. You know what I mean? It's not forced on you, I guess is what I'm saying. You don't. You're not. It's not the town you live in, so you see it all the time. But it's definitely it's a certain, certain people love it. Like my oldest son, Damien, hates this place. I mean, he doesn't like to gamble, and so he doesn't like to come. I keep trying to get him to come out with us, but he won't. Now Cooper, on the other hand, I can see him wanting to come. I don't know, they're different guys, so. But yeah, it's definitely not for everybody, for sure. They have a FedEx here. Let's see. I don't want to go out there. This is like, they also have on the property, they have this giant back lot back there where they just store trucks. Because why not? Well, yes, Carol. I think I'd rather go to the Lake District as well. But can't we do both? Can't we do both? I wish there was a place to sit down. Like I said, I'm getting in a lot of steps. Are there servers for the tables, or you go to the bar? No, they have waitresses that come over and take your order. So you do not, they don't want you to get up, Marja. The whole goal is to keep you sitting in that seat, spending money. So they will, now, they used to give you whatever you want. If you wanted, like, say, a pack of cigarettes, you can have a pack of cigarettes. They'll comp you. If you're gambling, they'll give it to you for free. But nowadays, it's not like that. You can get they'll take your alcohol, or soda, or water, whichever. But if you're gambling, it's all free. You just tip the waitress, of course. Let's see here. I'd be as scared going in there as I was at my first auction. Don't move in case I accidentally bid. Oh. Well, you just saw me walk through the whole casino, and I didn't make one bet. So I did not lose any money. So it can be done. Wouldn't want to get accidentally caught in a high stakes game. Those are here, the high stakes in the high limit room, or upstairs. I think there's high limit. Like if you wanted to play poker or something like that, they have stuff like that available. Over here for you, let's see here. Strict gambling laws over here. Free food, but no booze. I ate the value of my bets. There you go. They used to give you free food here all the time. Oh, it was glorious back in those days. If you gambled for a couple hours, you would get a coupon to go get a free meal at one of the places to eat. They don't do that anymore. It's kind of a bummer. And you know why? Is a lot of the restaurants in these places are owned by different people, not the casino. So it's different. I'm going to take a seat here. Put in a lot of steps. But yeah, you can still, I think maybe if you're a whale, and what I mean by whale is a dude who spends, or dudess, who spends a ton of money. They'll comp you a lot of things. That is still around for the people who have a lot of money. I want to try a proper American burger and hot dog. I don't know if they're that much different than the burger and hot dogs you get, but the only difference is, I think, is that you're in America eating them, maybe, if you happen to try it here. But that's funny. Now I'm hungry. I had to smile at a different pastime. The other day I looked around a little country church and which was started in the 12th century. Yeah. It still had some of its 15th century medieval stained glass. That's cool. But you know what? Like I said, two different places. But that would be awesome to see. That church, for sure. That would be pretty awesome. Where was this, Linda? Where you said? Where was this church you're looking at? Yes, you can visit a Native American reservation. Excuse me. Not that you'd want to, unless you lived there. Each native tribe has their own thing. So some native tribes haven't really reinvested back into their uh, reservation and the people that live there. Some, like the Seminole tribe in Florida, and other places, excuse me, they they are pretty wealthy, and everybody who is a Seminole part of the tribe does pretty well. They have casinos, they have naming rights, they have brands of things. Yeah, they've taken it up to the notch. But physically going onto the reservation, I believe you can drive on there, sure. But again, I don't know. It's not like there's, and I can't say that for all of them. I'm sure some of the tribes in the Midwest, Southwest, I should say, like Arizona and places like that, are just, the landscape is awesome. You know, up in the Dakotas as well. I mean, it's just beautiful parts of the country that they're located in. So let's see here, love and leave you now. Oh, thanks, Carol, for coming. Enjoy your stay. We'll have a good route around the next Paskins. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Carol. Thank you. What time is it? How long have we been going? Oh, coming up on an hour. That's pretty good. Young Magic. Hello. Thank you for coming. Money. Alcohol not only loses the tongue. Yeah, that's true. Thanks for coming, Carol. Appreciate loosens. Yes. Yeah, that's why they'll ply you with all the alcohol that you can take. That does. Their whole goal is to get you get your money, right? Yeah. I like the look of Vegas because it's your version of our old, all the myths, legends, and filmmaking. Yeah, fascinating. There are, of course, thousands of TV and movies that have been filmed here, of course. Several just in this casino alone, there's been several films. But yeah, Vegas has, as much as there's the seedy side of it, the kind of dark, with the mob and organized crime and that sort of side of it, and all the crime. But there's also this rich history as well. It's actually pretty fascinating how it started and how it's kind of progressed to where it is now. It's back in the day, it was, mob controlled. Now it's essentially mob controlled, but the mob is now no longer organized crime as it is like corporations, right? So they control a lot of this town, and so they kind of dominate the scene. But it's fun. St. Mary's in the village of Coombs. Oh, cool. Suffolk, near where I live. It's a miracle. Any stained glass? Absolutely. I love looking at some of the glass that I've seen in videos, some of the churches that we've seen. There's an explosion in a nearby gunpowder factory in the 19th century. Wow. Yeah, is stained glass generally more brittle, like easier to break, or is it more sturdy? It's amazing that some big explosion wouldn't have some effect on it. It's pretty crazy. Hey, John, how are you? Thank you for coming. Yeah, that's true. LC, they remodel. It seems like there's new hotels going down and coming up, going down, coming up. They just demolished the Mirage. And this will kind of tie everything that we were talking about back in. They just demolished the Mirage. That's the one with the volcano out front. And they're going to put in a Hard Rock hotel and casino. It's going to be this giant guitar-shaped tower, and it's going to have a bunch of rooms, huge casino, among other things. The the catch is, well, it's not a catch, but the interesting part is that casino will be run by an Indian tribe around that's local to this area. So they've partnered with Hard Rock and I don't think they're going to run the actual hotel part, but they are going to run they're going to control the gaming aspect of it. So that's kind of interesting how we were just talking about Indian casinos and whatnot. They're actually getting, so the tribe that's local to here, I think, I would hope it's local to this area, maybe it isn't, is essentially opening a casino on the Las Vegas Strip. One of the, great locations that goes along the boulevard there. It's pretty wild. I would bet Vegas is super cool come nighttime. Yes. You could all see it online, Google it, but it's impressive to see for the first time because it is bright. It's like Times Square, even though it's nighttime, it's with all the lights. It's somewhat like that, but on a larger scale. And it's a spectacle. And again, for someone like Linda, she would, it's not her thing, and Linda's not alone. There's a lot of people who don't like Vegas at all. And so it'll be interesting to see if the casinos kind of gear it back towards the gambler, the visitor, the tourist, instead of trying to, fee you to death. Does that make sense? Adding fees, raising prices, doing all that thing. Get it back to what the bread and butter was. It's not the whales that come every so often. It's the everyday tourist. And I think they've kind of lost their way a little bit. But yeah, it is really cool at night. Unfortunately, in the UK, we have people with short arms and deep pockets, so freebies will be profits. That's funny. Yeah, I would say those are like they have, crocodile arms. They're like real short. That's funny. Puritans smashed a lot of the medieval glass when older Cromwell was in power stained glass bricks very easily. That's what I thought. It's beautiful though. The stained glass is just amazing. Is there usually always a queue under the welcome sign? Didn't used to be, but now there is. And it's so funny how that sign, which is all the way at the beginning, quote unquote, the beginning of Las Vegas Boulevard, which is known as the Strip. That's all the way down next to Mandalay Bay, which is the first hotel on the Strip, coming from the south, going north. And they have that sign there. And that was like kind of oh yeah, there's the sign. No big deal. It just, you only saw it if you were driving on Las Vegas Boulevard. Everybody from the freeway who was coming into town would never see it. I don't know when it started, but people wanted to take photos of it, and people were walking in the middle of the street to do it because that sign is kind of like right in the middle of the street on the median, right? In between northbound traffic, southbound traffic. So people were running across the street in traffic to get in the middle to take a photo of it. So I think smartly, for safety reasons, they kind of made it they kind of widen that area out in the middle of the street and kind of push the roads over a little bit. The two lanes, right? Kind of widen it out so they can put more of a spot in the middle of the road where the sign is. They even have a limited amount of parking that you can pull in and park in there to take. And yes, there is a queue now at certain times of the day to take your photo in front of that sign. I guess, I mean, I can't say that I haven't done it. I have. We were with a big group of people. It was for someone's birthday. And so we were on a bus. Not a bus, more like a, God, what are those called? Like a Sprinter van kind of thing. But that they have like little pull-ins for like those sort of, buses and stuff like that. So tourists can get off these buses and go take photos of this sign, which is kind of just funny because, I mean, it's just a sign. But there you go. But yes, there is, during the day, and I assume at night as well, there is a queue to take a photo of a sign that just says, "Welcome to Las Vegas." And in fact, if you looked at the thumbnail for this live stream, that's the sign. So it's not that, it's kind of, when you get in front of it, you're like, oh, this is it. Google tells John that the church stained glass is 3 to 6 millimeters and designed to stand up wind loads. So be strong. Oh, okay. It looks like it would break easy to me. But then again, it looks amazing. So, and the people who make it are definitely artists, for sure. It is definitely quiet down here. This is cool. Yeah, people do take photos of that sign. Oh, can you hear that? Echo? Echo. Hello. I'm under this dome. Interesting. I don't think I've gone down here yet. So, yeah, you do get a long queue. Because you got to wait for the people to go up, stand in front of it, and then they got to leave, and then the next person, it's just silly. And then nobody can't use their camera, and they're, so it can take a while. Minibus, yeah, I'll call them minibuses. Those work. That works for me. I wonder why the business in Las Vegas decided to only cater for the wealthy. Well, because they have money, I'm assuming. But that's the thing, Linda. I'm hoping they course correct, because you hear it. I mean, if you're hearing it, people are not coming, and they're not. People who used to come here, like me, every year, they stopped coming because they'd rather go spend their money doing something else, because the experience isn't the same. I don't know if that's going to happen to us, because our experience is the same every time. But then again, we're not the typical tourist, because we come every year. We do our fancy draft by the pool on Sunday, which is today. That's where we'll be later. And that's what we do, and then we'll sit and play some video poker, have some drinks, we'll go to dinner, That's what we do. We're not the typical tourist. But they do give us our rooms for free. Didn't have to pay anything for the rooms. So that's good, because we come every year. We kind of get free rooms, which is nice. And they'll still do that because they don't really make money on hotel rooms. This place, I'm sure they do, but you know what I mean. They're willing to give the free room to get you into the casino kind of thing. But it's fun. They have the Dosh. Margie, I don't know what the Dosh is. Red phone boxes. I'm not sure. We're back in the maze of the convention center. If anybody's familiar with the World Series of Poker, that is held here. So you get thousands and thousands of people. That's in May, I believe. A lot of money. A lot of money to be won if you're good at poker. But although I suppose if the less well-off can't go to LA, it stops them squandering their money. I gather Florida has been hit badly by Canadians canceling their annual holidays. Yeah, we call them snowbirds. People from the north, whether it's like the northern United States or in this case you're referring to Canadians, going to Florida for the winter, we call them snowbirds. I don't know. I can't answer that question. I don't know if it's been affected, if Florida's tourism has been affected. I don't know if there's been enough, like for instance, I don't know if it was such an impact to where if they stop coming, does it affect, you know what I mean? I don't know. I have no information on that. The new rumor is that Alberta and Saskatchewan want to leave Canada. I don't know if you're catching that. That's been following that. That's pretty interesting. Apparently they are the oil producing and food producing provinces of Canada, and they are not happy with Ottawa. Not happy. Let's see here. But yeah, to finish that thought, Linda, you do wonder. I mean, you know why they do it, because they have the money. And there probably was a time where there were a lot of wealthy people that came here. And wealthy people have other places to go, I'm assuming. But it's sad because, there's so many people that work at these casinos. I mean, these places are, as you've seen with me walking through, are just ginormous. So there's a lot of people who work here who don't make millions of dollars, and they need tourism to, for their work. So that's kind of what I think about. I don't think about casinos suffering as much as I think of the people that work at the casinos. But so we'll see. We'll see if they change it up. Oh, well, let's see here. People taking pictures in front of fairly unremarkable landmarks. Like, the sign is like, yes. Yes, and here's the thing. I'm probably going to take a photo of your freaking phone boxes too. I'm going to do it one time. I think I may have taken a photo of it when I was in Mexico. They had red phone boxes. In fact, last night I saw some red phone boxes. It's iconic. What are you going to do? People are going to take the photos. And I'm, like I said, when I come visit, I'm going to do the same thing. So there you have it. Got it. Dosh's cash. Okay. Our village phone box is still there, but there's no phone in it. There's a shelf of books. Yeah, I remember we had a bunch of, we call them phone booths. And they're always just so dirty and grimy. But then they took the phones out but left the booths, and it's like, why you just take the whole thing? But they're going to leave those there because, again, nobody's taking photos of our phone booths, but they are definitely taking photos of your red phone boxes for sure. Well, everyone, let's see, it's 8:10. I think I'm going to wrap it up. I'm hungry. I want to go eat. And we have, like I said, our draft later. So I got to go get, after I eat, I got to get ready to go to the pool and start the day's festivities. So just want to say thank you to everybody. You guys are amazing. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with me here in Las Vegas, Nevada. This was fun. I like it. I like this. So I think it went fairly well. So you guys have a great day. Yes? Yes? See you later. Bye.